What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wizard's Chest. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I have some of my favorite pickups from 2018 sitting right over here. They're not really in any kind of a ranking system, so they're not 1 through 10 or, the best top 10 or anything like that. So this is either stuff that I just got into collecting in 2018, or it's just something that I didn't know existed and kind of blew my mind sort of thing, or it might be super nostalgic. So some new stuff, some old stuff, but either way, it's a lot of cool shit. So let's go ahead and jump over to the studio and take a closer look. Alright, so, seeing how I was talking so much about it before, let's go ahead and start with Masters of the Universe Classics. These are just a few of the ones that I picked up in 2018, but they're some of my favorites, so let's go ahead and take a closer look, shall we? So first up, we got Drago Man. This might be my favorite so far, just because it's a Dragon Warrior. I absolutely love it. Love the colors, love the translucent flaming sword, the different colors, how huge it is. So there's some of the others that come in this line. My goals for 2018 is to pick up Skeletor and He-Man, because those are running a pretty penny now. And Snout Sprout just absolutely stands out. That mechanic trunk, orange suit. I do have Cyclone, that's a really cool one too. I'd like to get Roboto. Domo Morigato. Alright, next up is King Randor. And as I found out the other day, there's I guess a few variations of him where he's looking a little bit more badass. This is King Randor just after a hard day's work of pimping. He's got his chalice out. He's ready to kick back and have some fun. I can't wait to get Man-at-Arms either. Ooh, and Webster looks really cool. Alright, another dragon-looking individual, kind of gargoyle-ish. Lord Dactus. I guess he's a bat warrior, but he looks like a dragon to me. Then let's take a look at this big behemoth. So big they had to fold him down in the packaging, because he's just huge. This thing weighs a ton. Tuscador. I do have Hydron there, Slushhead, and that's it. Old Laughing Prince Adam, because I had seen the meme, or the GIF, whatever it is, on YouTube. Maya-hee, Maya-ha. And then some sweet artwork. Cringer. They're just having a good time. Loving life. Serpentine King Hiss. Pretty sweet. All those snake heads. Scary. Scary by myself. King Grayskull is pretty cool. Probably gonna have to pick him up at some point. Those long, beautiful locks. Alright, so there's some of my Masters of the Universe. Let's take a look now. Easy transition into the Mythic Legions line. Alright, now here are the Mythic Legions figures that I own so far. We got the Gladiator dude over here. I can't remember any other names. The Orc Man, the Dragon Warrior. He might be named Geldor. Something like that. There's a Skeleton Warrior and Knights Templar guy. But, man, do I need to say anything about how awesome these figures are? You can see for yourselves, can't you? If I had to pick a favorite in this, I'm not big on picking favorites. I don't know why I do this to myself, but probably have to give it to my Dragon Man here, followed closely by the Templar Knight. Coming in third, I would put the Dwarf, followed by the Orc, followed by the Gladiator, and rounding them all out would be the Skeleton. There is one in particular that I cannot wait to get, and it is the kind of stag-looking deer kind of guy. Reminds me of the comic book I used to read, Sweet Tooth. If you haven't heard of that, check it out. It's pretty good. But let's go ahead and zoom in and take an even closer look at how awesome these figures are. And the paint detail, the fact that you can interchange these parts, like for example, so if you wanted to take this part off and add another one of these over here, you can do that. You can take these tops off if it hasn't stuck to my hammer. Ugh. Well, it comes off, trust me. But anyway, but yeah, look at that. I mean, that powder horn? Are you kidding me? And that is just gorgeous. Even these wings pop off. You could put horns on them if you wanted to, and rotate them. And these all pop off. Pretty sweet. Alright, now we got the Revoltech Woody. I did not know that this even existed until I went to the Lost Toys Toy Swap. This was a few months ago, and the guy that I normally see on the regular had this, and he also had a Buzz, but I could only afford one, so I picked Woody to begin with, as he is probably more so my favorite. But as you can see, the paint is just spot on. It's actually got ratchet joints. He comes with the little microphone that he uses in the first movie. You got the binoculars guy. You got one of Buzz's hands. And interchangeable hands, as you can see. Two different face sculpts. His hat. And one of the coolest things I thought, his eyes can move. How crazy is that? I've never seen that before on a figure. So that blew my mind. That right there sealed the deal. I've just been hesitant to take him out because I've kind of been waiting to get Buzz so I can take him out at the same time. And because I know as soon as I get him out and start messing with him, I'm going to want that Buzz. And if I can't find him for a decent price, then it's just going to drive me crazy. So kind of been stuffing them in the closet, trying to forget about them, but making this video, man, it makes me want Buzz even more now. Alright, next up we got the man himself, the Crocodile Hunter, Steve Irwin. Two different figures. They both talk. This one I completely customized or repainted. So I shouldn't say completely customized because it didn't start from scratch. This little feature right here, this button, or I guess these buttons on his pockets, allow him to talk, but he unfortunately is out of battery, and I haven't been too lazy to go and get it, but I completely repainted the shoes and the skin and the khakis, or what they call khakis, and the eyes, the creepy eyes. But man, I am a huge Steve Irwin fan and his conservation work, and I just grew up with the guy, and so whenever he passed away, I took it really hard to heart. I've been following the efforts in the show that his children have been putting forth, and his late wife, but I thought these were really cool. I also found these at a toy swap not too long ago, and this one actually still works, and this is Aggro the croc there, the big old croc. What a ripper! So it's a little bit muffled in there, but still very cool. Kind of hesitant to take it out of the package just because I like keeping that nostalgic feel of, you know, seeing it on the shelf for the first time kind of thing. But I thought that was very, very cool, and glad that I have something to pay tribute to a guy that I really admired. Alright, straight out of my childhood from 1991 is the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Sewer Sub. This thing was always on the top of my list to get as a kid, but never got it growing up, so when I had the chance to find it as an adult and could buy it, man, I jumped on the chance and actually got it for a pretty good price. So, but as you can see, I went ahead and bought the box, even though it's somewhat beat up, but I feel like the card art still kind of kept its luster, so to speak, even though the edges are pretty frayed out and starting to wear down. It is complete. I know it's been opened before, and I have not opened it as of yet, so let's go ahead and bust it out and take a closer look so I can finally get my hands on it. Alright, here it is in all its 90s glory. It is complete except for, I think there's supposed to be some shark stickers on the old missiles there. But other than that, I think it's got all the stickers. Pretty sweet. Let's even wind this up. And you submerge your turtles, and oh, I guess it needs more. Yeah, baby. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. Now I gotta get my turtles in it. Yeehaw! Next up are them cowboys from Moo Mesa. This was definitely one of my go-to shows as a kid growing up. I did not have any of the figures, I don't believe. Maybe messed around with them at a friend's house or something like that, but I always watched the show. Always wanted the toys. So I saw them at Dallas Vintage Toys one day for, I think, 30 bucks a piece, which, I mean, they're not, I wouldn't say the cards are mint, but they're damn close. There's no real issues except down here in the corner, but everything, all the other lines are pretty crisp, and I mean, there's just a little warping. The plastic on the bubble is still very clear, but as you can see, just an awesome figure from the 90s. Definitely love that card art. I remember that scorpion dude. Oh, those terrible bank robber assholes. Colonel Cudster, Buffalo Bill, Moo Montana, the Colorado Kid, Geronimo, Sheriff Terrible, Saddle Sore, 5-card Cud, Boot Hill Buzzard. Oh man, that is awesome. Codes of the West. Never kiss a horse unless you mean it. Always start each day with a glass of moo juice. Always finish your grub before you leave the table. Live it. Love it. Next up, you got the Colorado Kid with Round 'em Up lasso action. Yee-hoo! Oh, here's some more codes of the West. Always wash behind your horns. Never chew your cud with your mouth open. A real cowboy never cusses. I love it. They're handing down life lessons and toys. Who made these? These were manufactured by... Are you going to tell me? Come on now. REB. Somebody bought this at KB Toy Store before it changed to KB Toy Store. as you can see from reading sideways. Woo! Alright, next up I got some battle trolls, sticking with the 90s nostalgic here for a second. Big haired dudes with bad attitudes. Oh yeah. Now I did have these growing up. For some reason, they got me hook, line, and sinker whenever they started making the, I guess the boys version of trolls, because they used to just have the little gem in the heart. And they were more marketed towards girls. My sister really never wanted to have anything to do with it. I was always kind of like, hey, don't you want this? Because I kind of wanted it too. And I figured, what the hey, try to get two toys for one. But my favorite is probably old Trolloff here with his magnificent beard. I love that scaly sculpt that they have on him. And he comes with, obviously, his little launcher there in the wood. Kind of carved gun apparatus. War axe there. But awesome, awesome card art for sure. And I like how it says the original Battle Trolls. I think they were having a battle, no pun intended, with, actually, the Stone Protectors. Now those did have the gem in them still. I thought those came out first though. I'm not sure. Should have researched it a little bit, but hey. So I'd like to get a few more of them. But I am quite happy. I'd like to get the Nunchuck Troll there. Maybe Sergeant Troll. The Trollminator. Terminator. Captain Troll. Touchdown Troll. Cool. But yeah, baby. Battle Trolls. Alright, last but certainly not least is the Jurassic World dinosaurs that came out this year. Some of them might be from 2017, but I just started picking them up in 2018. But they just knocked it out of the park. I think this was a new license for Mattel. They got it from Hasbro, I believe. Or maybe somebody else. But anyways, I just really like the sculpt on these. I like the size of them, the weight, the fact that they have action features. Ooh, that's a loud one. And they're all different. And then you got a little action feature there on blue, but I don't like to see blue hurt. So I always keep them just like that. And then you got the articulated jaw. So pretty cool stuff. I also got the giant T-Rex, but I got a lot of figures standing around him, and it took a while to get him into that position, so I am not going to bring him down. Alrighty, there are the Jurassic World dinosaurs that I have so far. There's a couple new ones that came out with some really cool paint deco. If you can't tell, I really like this kind of dinosaur, that kind of body type, but I'm also a sucker for a good a good T-Rex looking figure. So I appreciate you watching, and if you can, share this with your fellow toy enthusiasts, and subscribe if you have not done so. I would really appreciate it. Other than that, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye-bye!